Welcome to the Streams of the Universe channel, Anna here. Thank you for your likes, for your comments, for subscribing, for supporting and helping this channel. I am deeply, deeply grateful to you, my dears. Today is our traditional weekly reading with an oracle deck. We will reveal each day of the week using tarot. For the new week from May 11th to 17th, it's going to be an interesting week. During the new moon, something new will definitely begin here, 100%. Or at least there will be new emotions and new feelings. So let's see what will start for you here, if the significator resonates with you. I always pull a significator card so you can understand if there is resonance for you in general tarot readings. So let's take a look at you right now. Wow, you've made some kind of serious karmic important decision. Something important has already been done for the future. It's always an experience. Scythe, well, it's not just experience, it's karmic, meaning something extremely important for the future was decided here. It might be a bit sharp for someone, yes, like a sensitive issue at work. When it comes to health, it doesn't matter. Each of us has our own field that needs to be worked on, to be mowed, where we toil. Even if we don't have a job, we still have some responsibilities, obligations to ourselves. But here, with the diamonds, you clearly figured something out for yourself. You've already done something, and that really determines your future in a major way. There's always experience here. There's always a positive influence. The only downside for us is that sometimes it's a bit sharp. So there's a certain sharpness in decision-making. Maybe for someone it had to be done quickly. It's like when you're harvesting, you have to act fast. And here it doesn't matter how you feel or how much you want to sleep. It doesn't matter what you want at that moment. If you don't do it now, that's it. The whole harvest you've worked for will be lost, right? Well, the wheat will drop its grains, and the harvest will be lost. There's always some kind of experience here. You've already done something here, definitely, and this will determine the future. I hope you've reaped a harvest that was important to you. Well, of course, yes, 100%. Don't even doubt it. Look, there are 2 cards in this deck. From the past. And this card shows that you are independent now. Somehow you are independent. Maybe, like a cat. It does its own thing. If there was some work here, something was being decided about work, you say, I can go back there. So you are independent. You did something. Maybe, well, I don't know. Maybe you had to take sick leave for health reasons, but you know for sure, I will come back. Or I will find another job. Or I will do something else. This is the card of independence from the past. A cat that walks by itself. It's lying in a meadow, surrounded by daisies. This is a symbol of the sun. It's content. She is content. So you might have, maybe it was a difficult moment. You had to part with someone. Maybe you had to go somewhere. To go somewhere. Trips can be urgent too. You can't just buy a ticket and lie around. The plane is not going to wait for me. Or the train. The commuter train is not going to wait either. No, here you used to do something quickly, abruptly. Something you depended on, but now you are independent. Maybe that person was terrible, right? Someone who could have ruined what you worked on your whole life. Your body, your health, your property, your job. I don't know, your finances. You needed to harvest the crop. Maybe you were working with someone, sowing the field, and you had to finish the work, gather the harvest, get the money, sell something. And you couldn't postpone that either. Sorry, I had to step away. They brought some documents, and while I was signing and receiving them, I had this thought. Why are you independent, right? From something important to you, from something karmically significant. Maybe you entrusted it to someone else, just like I did now, right? I couldn't go myself, so I used a delivery service to bring me the documents. So I freed up my time, paid people, and they brought everything to my house. So maybe right here, it's clear, that maybe you paid some specialist so that someone could solve something important, something karmically important for you. Well, for example, A doctor gave you injections, right? Or someone told you how to harvest. Someone gathered it. Someone did it. You asked the children to do something so that you could be independent at that moment, right? Well, that's the story. Well, there's something very important and karmic here, and you say, I can do this or that, basically. I can go back to some conversations, interactions, or I can just go wherever I want. It's up to you. So you have a really great card. And the card, look, it also shows the past. You've decided something about the past. And how else do the cards show things for you? Well, you have the key. In any case, you say, I can. I clarified some key points. I can do this because the key is always to act. I can do it myself, for example. Go back, finish it, do it, or not do it at all. This card explains everything right now. I can do this. I can do it. I can personally talk to some key people myself. Go there. Like a cat that goes its own way. Or I can hire someone, pay someone. A lawyer will go, or someone will call someone, or my daughter will do it. Someone will do something, and I can be independent. So I can do it myself, or I can have someone else do it. That's basically how it sounds. You have some kind of key. Well, a cat is like that, you see. Yes, on one hand, the sun is shining directly. It's very pleasant. Something nice, yes. I can do it, and everyone will be pleased. And I will be pleased too. I can go here, where there's hard work, where tough issues are being resolved. Or I can choose not to go. I can send a key person here instead. It's interesting here, right in front of you. It should be revealed, but I mostly like that there's a cat here. I can do it either way. Basically, the card says, I know how it'll go either way. Thank you. I can leave. Thank you. I can come. There's really no other way to read it. I can come, I can leave, I can... Well, in any case, you have someone independent here. By the way, maybe someone has a friend. Well, it's the card of a friend. Friendly people, pleasant, interesting, key people. That could be too. Well, yes. And somehow you're independent in this. A window. It's a new level. It's like you're on some new level. You know where to go, you know what to do. And here, look, you can pay experts because they know exactly what to do. For example, a doctor knows how to do it. Or you can simply find the information and go on your own. This is really a whole new level. It's like some higher power helped you with something. And it's like, the only thing is, it feels like there are a lot of things to do. There are a lot of things to do. But these are the kind of things where I can pay someone to do some of them for me, and they'll free up my time. Some of the things I can do myself. Well, roll. To be continued. Painful moments. I can delegate how to handle some painful issues so everything keeps moving. Important karmic ones. There's also ancestral karma involved here. I can somehow get these important karmic ancestral issues unstuck. It could also involve real estate, as illness like this may be connected to real estate. But then it might be somehow connected to the homeland, to relatives. Well, if we're talking about real estate, well, I don't really know. Well, in general, for something to finally move forward. This card could also mean that I can resolve it online.
Позвонить.
Call, make arrangements. If I don't go there myself because it's expensive, then someone there will do something for me. Or, for example, here I can do something. Well, in general, yes, there are a lot of things that need to be done. But I have this choice. Either work seriously, yes, Earn money and pay key people for the key things that need to be done. Or yes, cut back on work. Hire someone who will supervise. Show them. Go somewhere myself to handle something important, something karmic for me, and resolve it. Basically, here I'm like a cat that walks by itself. Well, it's actually cool to have these kinds of opportunities. But when you don't have these kinds of opportunities, that's a different story. And it seems like you have them. Well, that's great. Let's just leave it like that then, because you can do it either way. So it's up to you. All right, let's take a look. We have the week from the 11th to the 17th here. We're at the new moon. The week ends something and starts something new at the end. It's on Saturday, I think. Yes, on Saturday. The 16th to the 17th. So, what will this new moon week be like for you? Again, some kind of work processes, but not necessarily. Not all of us have jobs, after all. That's what I got fixated on, so to speak. That's what I think about a lot. That's my stable thing, the place where I've dropped anchor. That's what I usually do. Most of the time, it usually points to work. You'll be wrapping up some tasks. The start of the week is always like that. Or your head will already be used to it. Well, if you suddenly went off somewhere, I mean, where could you even go? Where did you drop your anchor? For now, that's how it is. It's like, if you cut something off and went somewhere, maybe just drop your anchor somewhere. The beginning of the week is just like that. The middle of the week. Well, it's kind of stable, cold. There's a lot on your mind. Oh, it's the middle of the week. Here you have the 10 of hearts. Here is the 9 of hearts. Maybe you'll be finishing something. There's straight up haste here. This is a card of urgency. There's a kind of laid-back energy here, even though there's a lot to do. We were shown that there's a lot to do. It's like you can juggle things. Juggle. One thing, then another. A specialist does one thing, another does something else. Here, I can go, or I can choose not to go. But here, it's like there's a rush. This is exactly your significator. But in astrology, this is more like the ascendant. People expect this from you. And you expect this from yourself too. This isn't your sun sign. This is how you express yourself. And it will speed up. It will seem to speed up. This is the news card, the postman. If you were planning something else here, see, like the little horse. If there was a different card here, I would say something else. Maybe your plans will speed up. Some planned work-related things. They don't have to be work-related, but we all have things to do, without which we can't meet all our needs. It's like things are speeding up, but it's the postman. Maybe you'll start calling, checking. What did you do there? How did it go? Things will speed up, or you'll need to speed up, to finish something, but someone will actually run somewhere. We'll run, we'll go. But it's more like short trips. Maybe it's also related to means of communication or transportation. You need to do something faster with the phone, with the car, with documents, maybe some documents. Tickets, maybe some tickets, to double check. But the news, in any case, news will be flying back and forth to and from you. Because this is you, yes, and some news is coming to you. And it's coming fast. Several horses. There are several horses here. It's rushing at full speed. But the first thing I'll say is that you'll finish some tasks. You'll finish them, and you'll be in a hurry to finish some tasks. That's the minimum. Most likely you'll finish them, because this card is very joyful. It touches my heart. It touches my heart. Again, based on the fact that you are somewhat independent right now, most likely you will do it. And if anything, you'll just postpone it for later. This card also seems to suggest putting things off for later, yes, to cut it off for now. So do the most important things, the ones that are dear to your heart. Hurry up, finish them. Only the most important ones. Or for your loved ones, by the way. Your heart may be burning. Your loved ones will call you, definitely, because that's your significator. You call your loved ones and tell them, So your loved ones will also give something back to you here. Probably by the end of the week. Conversations, communication. Well, here it's more about getting things done. Finishing things up? Let's do it at the end of the week, right when the new moon will be. What will the end of the week be like? The upcoming one? Yes. This is the card of choice. Look. Here we have diamonds. So, something bright. There are some papers. Or key moments. Key bright people. There is something. I have a key, a bright key. I can open any door, yes. And here we also have diamonds. Here is the ace of diamonds, as if it opens more paths for you. But we always stand still. We can't split ourselves and go down two roads at once. We can't tear ourselves into two parts. This turned out really well for you here. How to delegate something. To delegate. Some kind of responsibility. To hand something over to someone. Someone might be able to do something for you. Or even online. Because the online card came up here, so I don't go there myself. But I can call and find out everything. So I delegate it remotely. I'd rather pay for the internet than for a car ticket, yes. Or, for a plane ticket. So, here you also have some cool opportunities. And 2 2s just means that this gives stability, and that also gives stability. But you will need to look inside yourself and think, which path am I going to take now? Should I go this way or the other way? And you already have the key now. You already have it right now. So you can go this way or that way. And the question is, which one do I like more? Maybe some money will come in. Maybe some opportunities will come. Because, for example, a person is standing there. It's like going into a store. I have money, and I can buy this and that. But I don't need two things, both this and that. For example, both meat and fish. I don't need it right now. What I need right now is to ask myself what I want. What do I want more? I need to look inside myself. Maybe I want some fried fish. Or maybe I need to eat some meat. Or maybe the doctor actually told me not to. Well, I don't know. It's like suddenly, there you are, just standing. Stopped. Interesting. So it's a new moon. It opens up even more opportunities for you. You also have the old opportunities, but you don't have the old opportunities here. I think something new will just open up. A new perspective. A very pleasant one. Some kind of creative opportunity. The Queen of Cups came up. You will definitely like it. Maybe a new opportunity will even open up for someone in love, or in creativity, or with children. Well, the Queen of Cups, she usually shows all of that. Here she is. I'm independent. I only do what I like. Only for those I love. Or I do things the way I find beautiful. That's her. You seem to have released some kind of independent energy. I'm independent. I don't need to listen to people who only like to do things their way. I do things the way I like. That is creativity. Maybe I do something at home. I cook food. Like I said, fish or meat. Or before, for example, I used to have a whole house full of mouths to feed. And one eats this. Another has an allergy. It's even like this with food. But now, here, I can cook whatever I want. And somehow, I listen to myself. Or at home, I do something. At work, I do something. The key important thing is that I like it. The way I like it, people listen to me. It's some kind of creative process. Although the Queen of Cups, yes, she gives more. Maybe some gifts or something. To key people. Creative tasks for key people. I don't know. For some reason, you'll still care more about others. But only about those you like. Or something like that. The way I like it. Well, if you push a creative idea, you'll most likely succeed. Maybe you'll be discussing it in the middle of the week. Maybe trips, meetings. The way you like it. So you'll be able to push through the idea the way you like it. And the key people, let's say, will do as you like. Even though the card is cool, you're not really destroying anyone here. It's like you still care about the best outcome. Opportunities will expand. To be in the Nine of Pentacles. To continue this kind of independence. Yes, something is missing here. It's not the 10, when everyone has enough of everything. And I have this feeling that if you have loved ones, well, I don't know, someone you care for, then someone might be lacking something, and you will help so that they have enough of everything. Because you can, basically. I can. I'm independent, while still remaining independent. Or you'll use some kind of creativity to remain independent again. Well, like in the Nine of Pentacles, it's about staying financially independent. The Emperor with his empire. Look, see, the Emperor means authority figures, to stay independent from the authorities, so that the authorities don't make demands on me. That is, I pay exactly as much as I owe in taxes or anything else, or I work exactly as much as my contract requires. There are simply authorities above us. If you have a husband or someone you've given status to, status. Well, I don't know, someone, status. Then, with all that, you care with love, but at the same time you remain independent. Where you have influence, but most often that's at home, unless there are parents who own it or something else. Where we have authority. So here you do everything, well, basically. Your own empire, where you can be independent. Well, most likely everything here is paid for. Maybe for some debts. Well, we still pay property taxes anyway. It depends on what land we live on. Each country has its own taxes. If you live here, you live by our laws. Service companies, to be independent. Otherwise, we would be dependent on what the state does to us for non-payment. An empire is about taking care of your own empire. You will gain power. Well, at the very least, the Emperor is a 4. It represents real estate. You will gain power over stability. Well, for example, if someone doesn't have real estate, you'll be able to pay the rent. Or if this real estate still belongs to the banks, I'll be able to pay off some installments or loans.
В общем,
Look, you already have the key, and some new opportunities are opening up. You get more control over your life, and in the way that you like best. There may also be important new opportunities from the authorities. In 2 places for sure. Look, you have something old as well, and you're getting some news too, and from those in power, from the authorities, from people of status whom you have acknowledged. They are important to you. You have given them status. Some information will come through. Yes. The end of the week was very interesting. Getting something else. I don't even know what could be cooler. More stability of some sort, to choose what I want. The 4. Look, the 4 of Pentacles comes up for the Emperor. Comfort zone, like, I can just go to the store and get it. I can take what I want, and they're offering me something else too. Maybe if you help someone important to you, someone with status, like you're the Emperor, then that person will be able to get and take what they want. Satisfied, very satisfied, and for some reason that gives you more independence. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a son who's studying somewhere. You send him money. Thank God. Now I'm free from these worries. My son has everything he needs. He went to the store and bought everything. I'm just giving an example. But then these are people with status who get something. Because you only do what you want. It's like now you have some kind of independence. You can do things the way you like. and you'll have even more of it at the end of the week. Expect some key ideas from the authorities, from important people. For yourself, for you, if it's not about people at all, but about your empire. We all have our own empire. Some people have businesses and property, and some, as they say, only have their own body. Well, I own it. This is my empire. It needs to be fed, clothed, and given shoes. But you have this lifetime in this body. That means you can earn a lot. You have talents. Everything is already inside you. If these aren't just some people, like you, like your empire, something comes to you, like at a marketplace on Earth. That's when you can get more. Wow! The Wheel of Fortune is coming. Look, the girl is looking online, but then there are some ideas. Maybe it's about a trip, the wheel. How to change your fate for the better. So right now you have keys, important and bright ones, and something even better will come. About life-changing people, maybe you'll learn something. Oh, maybe you'll meet some fateful person online. And you'll be watching like this. Watching. Wheel of Fortune. Very, very good. I won't even take it away. Look how awesome it is. Let's put it here so I can see all the cards. Okay, that's all. Let's move on to Monday. That's what Monday will be like for you.
Ну,
Here, like a magic tablecloth, we lay everything out, everything we have. And we look, we analyze. So this is what we have. This is probably work-related. Maybe we have this much work, and I need to finish it. But this card is about taking your time. If here you were finishing something, I don't know, something urgent that needed to be solved quickly. But here, it's like, I have this much money, this much food, these kinds of people. The garden card. Here I have a blooming garden. I have this. This is my cornucopia. Well, socially, for example, this is the garden card. It often represents your social circle. In my social circle, I have people like this. Friends like these. There are people like that to whom you can delegate something. There are specialists who can solve something for me. As if you have work. But at such moments, yes, we call resourceful people. Here it is, I have it. I can even put my work aside. And I do have work. Do you understand? What should I do? Even if you don't work. But I'll say it again. I do have things to do. I still have unfinished work there, but as they say, there's always something to do in life. Well, here you say I can put them aside, because I have this too, and I can take a break. Maybe even have something to eat. They often sit down to a magically set table to eat. Although you will have work, look, you will still have things you got stuck with. But at such moments, we mostly sit and rest. Maybe the boss won't be at work. And you will rest more, have more snacks, eat. I have this, I need to eat. I have some people I can call, so while I'm eating, I'll call them. Or I have people I can reach out to, I'll go online, look at that blooming online world, and I enjoy watching it. The flowers are blooming, and later, over time, they might even have some nice berries. Let me check out some information online. Well, here we can relax, because we can even delegate to someone else. For example, in this blooming social circle, we can ask someone else to handle something. Well, or yes, postpone it for some reason, meet with friends, relax. Although everyone has work to do. Well, it's like there's some kind of calm here. I laid out this whole magically set table and looked at it. I can put it aside for 5 minutes. Nothing will happen to it. I can start work a bit later. Well, overall, it's a really good card. It's kind of... You know, it's always about snacks or conversations, getting information or resting. Sometimes it's also a card for relaxation. Although here the anchor came up. It seems like there can't really be any rest. Well, maybe if someone actually went on vacation. Anchor. Yeah? Someone flew off to the seaside on vacation. Well, you'll be thinking about work and be like, whatever. I'll just sit back and relax, have a good drink, hang out with friends. I'll come back. I'll come back to this job. That's how it sounds then. Well, yeah, that's true, really. Maybe someone will go somewhere and is relaxing, but thoughts about work will still come up. And even if you're on vacation, you'll still be calling or checking the internet, just in case someone is taking time off. Here, it truly feels like someone might be taking a break. I just hope that it's not because of a serious health issue. You had to deal with this. Well, then you can handle everything here, right? Or delegate it to someone else. You have, so to speak, everything laid out for you. That's it. Well, yes, there are some conversations here, some kind of communication. Well, or with those people who are actually doing the work. Who can, as they say. So if you start calling someone, it will be those who can actually do something, yes. Or meet up, communicate. Well, and having plenty of options also means that I will be with those I can, with those I like, with those who are blooming. That's who I'll be with. I call and talk to whoever's available to talk, or with those who can do something for me, on my behalf. Basically, that's how it is. Well, it's magic, yes. I can do it, basically. You can basically do something here. You have everything laid out for you. You can see everything. Everything is great here. It's a bit relaxing. Well, just rest. Although it's work, yes. There can be rest at work. There can be some kind of break from work. Even if you're working, it's kind of like that. Tuesday. Well, it's the card of friends or returning to friends. Again, it's more about business. Look, this card is still about work. It's about the job I've anchored myself in. Well, that means old friends, old business. Old business, I'll go back again. But again, these are things I like. Here, it feels like things are starting to speed up a little. This is acceleration. Right here, if you notice, you have more relaxation. But here things start speeding up. On Tuesday, it's such a joyful feeling. We speed up on Tuesday because we're wagging our tails. Well, that's what we want. Our feet just carry us there. You can imagine yourself like a little dog. Or maybe you have friends like that. Well, maybe old friends, the ones you've bonded with. Or work friends. At work, they'll come running up to you, wagging their tails. They'll speed you up, suggest things to you. Like, let's run off somewhere. Or like, let's do something. Or let's talk about business, about work. They'll want to tell you things. People come to you with something on their mind, something they're fixated on. Often, it isn't even work-related. They just keep bringing it up every time they talk to you. Oops! They'll come back and start talking to you about the same thing they always talk about. Or about something that you got stuck on, some thought. Some thought just won't let them rest. So if people come, it'll be friendly people with thoughts that won't let them rest. Their thoughts won't let their feet rest either. You know, there's even a condition like that. Restless legs. Some kind of restless friends. Restless, good, kind, awesome friends. But something is bothering them. Some thought just won't let them rest. Maybe something on time, maybe? Clients, after all, good, pleasant people will come back for work. If you work, they will come back. By the way, if you are resting, then worries about work may come back. That's in a positive way. Everything is in a positive way. Some worries may come back, But in a positive way, clients will be looking for you and will come back. Oh, bring me quickly. Everything is looking positive, so I probably won't even go into detail. Whether someone's working or resting, it's all in a good place. Even the worry feels constructive. Conversations. Because someone is worried about something, about what they've anchored themselves to. Yes, oh my, children. Children are worried. You worry about your children. You come back because you love them. The dog is loyal. Look, a child. The fool came out here. If that's you, then you'll come back to the conversations you worry about all the time anyway, because you don't know. Yes, right here, the fool doesn't know where the child went. What are you doing there? Because I am loyal to this. Loyal, I worry about it all the time. And people too, clients. They don't know. They're walking in the dark. Oh, but they're going in a friendly way. Oh, and you accept them. Oh, and everything is still valid with us. Oh, and that's how it is. Yes, some people might come across at work who really don't know. They're new. Oh, I don't know. And you, how about you? And you at work. And how, where to go, what to do. They're like children. They don't know what to do. Adults can also be like that here, who don't know what to do or how to do things, but everyone is good-natured. By the way, since this is a return to the past, you've already experienced this 100 times. With the anchor, you probably don't even notice it. Such happiness, like this. Tuesday, like that. Wednesday. And by Wednesday, some old matters will start picking up speed. You see, here's a horse, and we pin an anchor right to it. And it's like, maybe, when you pin an anchor to a horse, it's hard for it to walk. Maybe somewhere here, there's some kind of slowness. And here it's like you just pinned it down. Pin down this horse, after all. It's still your significator. So you say something is slow. The horses are going about the tasks I've already planned. You need to pin it down. Or maybe you'll call someone and say, "Hey, something's slow, you horses. Guys, what are you doing there? Will the package or letter arrive on time or not? On time or not? Well, you'll be spurring something on here." But the anchor of old thoughts is still with you for some reason. Poor horse, yes, poor horse. Let's see what's for Wednesday. Oh. To be continued. But if you spur yourself on, you won't even notice how you get everything done. It's called doing it with your eyes closed. Just speeding up, something familiar. Like using a broom and dustpan, we don't really think about how to do it together, or the rules for holding each tool. One hand holds the dustpan, the other the broom. We just do it, Sometimes there might be conversations, because you can talk while doing something. I can talk and do something at the same time. For example, I chat with the kids while washing dishes and don't even realize when I'm done. Yes, I talk while cooking. I talk while driving somewhere. I'm going somewhere and talking at the same time. And I can also spur someone on, so be careful. You might spur someone. And there's a whip. Well, here it's a broom, a wheel, but in other decks, it's a whip. Well, if you're only spurring yourself on, that's fine. Thank you. Well, let's ask. Are you only going to spur yourself on like you're running? Be careful, don't twist your ankle, watch out for cars. Because look, this is a means of communication and transportation. You might forget to turn off your phone. Well, I don't know. If he can talk through some messenger, then it will eat it up. It will eat up everything. And it's like a conflict situation. Maybe you'll end up beating yourselves up. I forgot to log out of some app, and all my data got eaten up there. Because I'm always on the run, like I'm doing a lot of things on the go, and I can push someone or spur myself on, and then scold myself for it. For example, I would rush out of the house and forget to turn off the kettle, or forget to put something away. And then I would lash myself, scold myself, like, if you're doing it to yourself. Here, there are so many things to do that you can get everything done quickly without even noticing, in a good way. It's just like I'm always on the run. If you yourself Well, then you'll understand that you're doing this to yourself. You are your own perfect partner. That's it. I look at myself in the mirror, and I understand what I need. That means I need to spur myself on and crack the whip on myself. I'm my own perfect partner, and to like my reflection in the mirror, I need to spur myself on so that I can be myself. That's how it turned out. I'm my own best partner. Imagine a girl looking at herself in the mirror. I know what's best for me. Well, that means you'll do something on the run and won't even notice. I'm serious if you do.
Э,
Someone? Because when you're on the run, you might not even notice what you're saying. Sometimes you just speak out of habit. If you speak well out of habit, then God bless, and everyone will be lucky to be with you that day. But if you tend to crack the whip out of habit, then a person might get into a fight here. Because that's your story after all. Or someone might expect that from you, wait and get upset, seeing that you're busy with some things. And when you do something quickly like that, people might expect you to snap at them. Well, if you have that, people might already start telling you in advance, like, don't start here, calm down, don't rush, just take it easy, acting ahead of time. Now with other people. Oh, if you start pushing people, I would say pushing, rushing them, other people might start to feel like a victim. Well, the victim might start crying, saying, we can't keep up. Oh, nothing is working out right away. How?
а,
Please understand us. We're running late. It's not our fault. Yes, 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 we are victims of circumstances. Please look at it from another perspective. Other people might feel like victims too. Look at it from another side. It's not something we did. We're not to blame. He came on his own, yes. So, to blame someone or you, well, you're in a hurry, you rushed. So, people might blame you, right? Or to present yourself as a victim, well, that's it. To judge unfairly, just in case. Well, yes, if we can't do it, then we shouldn't go there. Look, you can quickly go somewhere. Look, 9 means to soar up, quickly. Do something online, buy. Discuss something, something else. You can handle several things at once. This card appeared upright for you. And someone says, well, I just can't do that. I can't. We can't, we can't buy it. We can't deliver it right now. We can't. It's like we have the key to hell or something. We don't have any money. We don't have any money. We can't delegate to anyone. It's like you have independence, But someone says, well, we're dependent. That's what our boss told us. We have some kind of corporate rules. We're dependent on something. We're always dependent. Like a victim, we're victims of circumstance. Basically, we didn't decide anything here. Everything was decided for us. So forgive us. We're just here.
жертва.
Someone will be whining even more.
Ну,
If these are your loved ones, clearly you'll do everything for them. That might even make you angry, but you'll definitely push yourself even harder, and you'll do everything. Well, yes, so that your loved ones don't have a broken heart. You'll open up paths for them. See, here's your loved one sitting here, crying, sobbing. I'll speed up. Then I'll speed up and do everything. And maybe I'll even scold a little, of course. To your loved one, no, you won't even scold them. You can pass on your values. You can pass on the light of your soul. That's how it is. Just like that. Yourself. Yes, overwork yourself. Be careful not to overwork yourself. Well, again, that's the card that came up. Say, I only do things the way I understand. Yes, that's normal for me. That's my standard. To get a million things done and not even notice. Into the fire. I'm the Hierophant. I know I can teach people like this. Into the fire, into the fire, throw everything into the fire. Throw knowledge into the fire. I can throw myself and new habits into the fire quickly, quickly, do everything fast. I'm the Hierophant here. I'm here, I have everything. The keys to paradise. The keys, here they are. The key to hell and the key to paradise. I threw everything into the fire, and I managed there, and I managed here. I'm the Hierophant. And I can teach everything. Well, that's right. Yes, that's right. Anyway, just be careful. Burning old things, the things you don't like, burning them. You're here, yes. Hurry, hurry! I'm the boss here. Well, actually, where am I the boss? The Hierophant is the head. I know. Where my family is, well, that's the Hierophant. That's family. I believe in that. I still believe in it. According to my faith, I redo everything here. If you believe, then you really will redo everything here. If you believe that you should, as the head of the family, do something good for your children, or for your students, that's a teacher, then you will redo everything here. Well, it's real. It's some kind of growth towards the heavens for you. It's a stairway to heaven. It's like I'm closer to God. I'm like God. I'm like a creator. I can do anything. Wow, that's amazing. The most important thing is don't fall out with each other. Cool card. The next day, Thursday. Well, or some kind of transformation will happen. You'll change something in your everyday life. For some reason, it happens late, in the evenings. Or I'll stay up late, changing something. Like a snake shedding its skin. Changing your worldview, changing your health, shedding your old skin for a new one. Maybe someone is doing renovations, renewing. And this card says you will avoid a million troubles. And you won't even notice how. Old, I change, I change. Well, there was the Hierophant, purely spiritual. Yes, I exchanged the painful key from hell for the key to paradise.
Меняя...
I exchange bad habits for good habits. I'm changing something, the things that used to annoy me. Well, at home, for example, the old wallpaper used to annoy me. I'm changing it for new ones. Sometimes it's like staying up late, staying up late. Sometimes the snake stands for pipes. Well, in everyday life, pipes. Some people change things. I change things. The road. To a new one. Power lines. I'm changing the communication lines. I'm changing the communication lines. I change some apps. Well, in everyday life, it's like I'm up late. I look at something through new communication lines. I'm shedding my skin. I change my wisdom. Yes, I changed my worldview. And that helped me avoid some troubles. Both in terms of health and relationships. People can change, by the way. It's still about people. The snake represents people. Some people can change. Well, honestly, this card here, it could also mean this, as if I don't even notice it. It's like it's sped up, sped up. You know, like going through accelerated training or something. Thank you. You don't even realize you went through it. You know, when people take some exams through independent study, they don't even notice how they did it. And then, suddenly, 2 years just fly by. Just like that, they're gone, and you don't need to spend them anywhere else. I'm already a specialist. Maybe someone else will take something through independent study. These days, maybe your kids will take something through independent study too. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they're taking exams now. And even you don't know. And you notice how the troubles have gone away. Everything feels renewed. Everything is renewed. But what is it for? For growth? For life? Why does a snake shed its old skin? It already gets in the way. Everything is already bad. It's not the same anymore. It was needed once. Because it couldn't live without that skin. It was needed once. Once, that's how it had to be. Now you're changing something. Maybe someone is changing something. Something, yes, a thing. Sorry. And you can sleep, or not sleep probably, most likely. I did a lot without noticing, but I went a long time without sleep. Again, the Nine of Pentacles. To be independent. Well, independent from something old, something that feels tight, something I don't like. To be independent. Thank you. It's something like that. Ah, it's the Five of Cups reversed. And here they are. Two paths are opening up for you. Well, you'll pick up speed, because there was something you didn't like in the past. It's like a person sitting and crying over the past. Here are the spilled cups, bad emotions about something. But here, you're clearly not just sitting, you're doing something. You don't even seem to notice. This could be emotional work. In other decks, this is also a transition. Someone mourns the past for a long time without moving on or changing. They just keep crying. But when reversed, the person gets up and moves forward. Notice there are two cups here. They stop crying, turn back like this. They say, oh wow, there are actually two ways out here. Well then, I'll take these. I'll take them. But for some reason, it's like you don't even notice that you avoided some dangers. Something becomes flexible. Soft, flexible, beautiful. Emotions are flexible. With cups, we're talking about emotions. Flexible, soft emotions. Well, even if you change something in your everyday life, even something solid, then emotions seem to become softer and more flexible as a result. Opening up prospects for the future. Some new paths, new horizons open up prospects for the future. Somehow, everything keeps going as if I don't even notice what I'm doing. Well, you're really used to doing a lot of things at the same time. Well, a priestess. Well, no one notices these actions. No one notices the priestess. The high priestess. A lot of things remain a secret, both for you and for others. Thank you. Maybe some kind of inner work will be done. Well, or secret paths. A new secret path will be opened. New knowledge. Priests always receive some kind of flexible knowledge, new directions, yes. Wise, interesting, unclear to many people. Well, in short, that's the story. It opens up new perspectives. Wow, the High Priestess. And here we have Hecate, the Patroness. All of this will work for you here. It will start on Thursday. The new moon will be around Friday and Saturday. Here she is. Hecate will give you some wisdom. Well, this is all about ongoing inner hidden work. It can also happen on the external level, but very few people know about it. Probably only the closest people know how much you manage to do on the external level. And on the inner level, you have even more. Well, Hecate will help you avoid some difficulties or dangers. Thank you. Even some annual ones, by the way. For years. Well, at least for a year. At least according to the Wheel of Fortune. All right, let's do the signification. Then we'll do the spread too. All right, Friday. This is before the new moon, the last day. Yeah, before the new moon, we finish up all our old business, by the way. If we're talking astrology rather than tarot and oracle cards. Though oracle cards and tarot reveal this too. So Friday, it's a very lucky day, a super lucky day. Super shopping or something like that. If you don't put things off, everything goes your way. Shopping, payments, purchases. Or receiving money. Not big, yes, not big. But it's like some kind of help from higher powers is coming. It's like I managed to do everything, finished everything. I didn't put things off. The only thing here is, look, don't stay up late. Here it's like waking up too early. Or maybe, on the contrary, someone will crawl into their little burrow and sleep in true High Priestess fashion. Secretly, I'm crawling into a secret burrow. And on the contrary, you are sleeping. That can happen. In that case, your health is just fine. And the next day, it will be easier to get up. But that's probably for those who are healthy. Like crawling into a secret burrow. Because if we're talking about health, about the priestess and the snake. On the contrary, It's like I can feel in my skin that I need to hide from everyone, to hide away. Everyone is reaching out, but I'm hiding. I'm hiding so that no one sees me. My inner transformations. I need this. But then it's like a day of luck. I can do anything. I can do anything. Yes, my inner skin has transformed. Here, let's do this for you. But this is probably only for those who have some kind of health issue, or maybe emotional health. Let's put it that way, wisdom. Some wise decisions can be made in solitude. Empress, gather your resources. Well, yes, there could be the Empress here. Everything has its time, as they say. The time has come to crawl into my burrow. Gather all your resources. Be at your most resourceful. Transform yourself. Gather everything, and then the time comes. Oh, and money appeared. And I had the energy to earn more, and I had the desire to go somewhere. And then gather your resources. Well, yes. And what about a snake when it sheds its skin? It gathers all its resources together, and no one should see it. It sheds its skin. It's very sensitive. Don't touch it. Well, in general, for your health, you'll gather your resources. Yes, it could be like that. Then on Friday, the Two of Pentacles is harmonious. Actually, I don't care about anyone anymore. I'm going about my own business. I'm doing everything. People are whispering about me. Some say good things, some say bad things. But I'm discussing how I managed to do everything. But this is the Two of Pentacles. And when I manage to do two things, it's fine, it's calm. First I do one thing, then the other. Often it's some kind of work plus studying. For example, here you have income and also worthwhile spending. Good quality purchases. For example, buying something on sale or with some discounts. Or, for example, here you have a small earning. And right away an investment somewhere, like I earned something somewhere. Then I invested it somewhere. Something extra. Always something extra. It goes both into expenses and income. So here you can also meet good people. Meet them if you don't put it off. Great specialists. And at a good price too. That means he will get paid. Or I will buy something at a good price. Don't put it off. And if I'm offered a chance to earn money, small earnings here, small ones, it's easy to earn money. But if you decide, of course, to go for it, and you don't put it off, it's easy to earn money. Easy come, easy go. And everything works out. And everything works out. There you go. But if you don't put it off, like that, well, that's it. It's about fairness, human fairness. That's how I read these scales. Balance. A fair price, fair people meet. Again, you can't put things off here. It's like God gives us luck and says, well, will you take it or not? We actually have everything here. Our Heavenly Father has already given us everything. It's up to us to decide whether to take it or not. Everything is here on earth. Free will doesn't force us to take or not to take anything. Everything is here. It's Saturday. Saturday is also good for wrapping something up. By Saturday, you'll finally like it. Your partners will like it too. It doesn't matter what kind of partners. If you live with someone at home, your partners will like it. To finish some cycle, well, ideally, some cycle will end on the new moon. Who did you make an agreement with? You will like all of it. But if someone can't do something for you, well, you will end the cycle with these people. Well, it's still a good card, and he immediately starts a new cycle. Well, at the new moon, a new cycle will begin. The old cycle will end, and some agreements will come to an end. Someone's vacation, by the way, might come to an end, or you will agree on when it will end, or you will agree on when some new cycle will begin. The cycle of something will start. One cycle is ending. Marriage proposals may come from partners. New offers may come during these days. On this day, you might receive an offer to end some kind of cycle, and you might also complete some cycle within yourself. This is the World card. Also, if this isn't about the Oracle, if it's about Robra, then it's about coming to an agreement, making peace with yourself. That's how it will go. You've made all the decisions, made your choice, and that's what came up. Your opportunities are expanding. Well, you will definitely make a choice by the end of the week. Remember, some kind of choice. You will definitely choose. During the new moon, you will choose which path to take. You will really make a choice. Either people will offer you something, or you will have something inside yourself. All these options, different doubts. But here you will definitely choose. Well, maybe something. You'll say, ugh, I won't take this path, even though it's a pity, but I won't go, that's enough, yes. But I'll take this one. You'll put an end to something and say, that's it. You're going somewhere because you can't be in two places at once. Well, or you'll just agree with someone to start something new, In a stuck situation, you'll resolve something, or where you're with a person who feels like a victim, deprived of something, you'll resolve everything here. What needed to be postponed, put on hold. Sometimes we put things on hold ourselves because we see them differently. We're waiting for some other solution. And in situations where we feel like a victim, at that moment, we somehow come to terms with it. All right, yes. For example, I won't do this. Or, okay, I won't, I'll sacrifice this, I can sacrifice this. Or fine, I'll pay someone this much for the work. Yes, as if like a partner, they'll do it for me. Well, I don't know, yes, anything can happen. In general, for you personally, some moment or some postponed tasks or something is coming to an end. You're coming to terms with something. And right away, your soul sings praises. Everything is going well, as they say. Joy has come, or maybe, honestly, you will help some victim. It's often our loved ones. Oh Lord, the kids are crying. Even a friend needs something. Someone can't figure something out. So you do something here. Well, it's dear to your heart. Something new is beginning. Oh! Thinking through a strategic plan to cover all the bases so you can win and no one can make a comeback. The most important thing is not to overdo it. I'm asking about you. Here you can plan things so well that you might not even notice that someone, in general, you are ready for some very serious actions. As if you've already chosen the people who'll have your back. Or maybe you've already put some safety nets in place, like an airbag. So, what protects my back? Yes, everything is there for the kids. All the documents are there, but the back is the past. What protects my past right here? Well, or someone, somebody, yes. Maybe a partner. You hired a lawyer, a doctor, I don't know, a plumber, a repairman, definitely someone or something. Or you delegated something to someone to protect your involvement. Or it's like, putting some safeguards in place for yourself, so that no matter how life kicks you, you'll have some protection. I have an airbag there, a big backpack. I've already read everything there. Well, are you preparing for war or something? The main thing is an excessive agreement. How can that even be? An excessive agreement. I've accepted everything, an excessive agreement. I'm preparing for war. Well, that's like a strategic plan for victory. You keep telling yourself, only victory, nothing but victory. I'm better. Maybe you have kids? Well, the fifth house in the chart, you could say, is where we're focused only on winning, whether it's in love, money, or creative projects. The child must win. The fifth house of the horoscope is our children. Only victory is acceptable. I won't leave without a win, as they say. I've taken so many precautions for everyone here. I've already put safety nets in place. Only victory at any cost. The only thing the Five of Swords means for you is that it's at any cost. But I think you've already avoided it here. You've gathered your resources. Such really serious decisions. I've decided everything. Everything is settled. And you're even ready to sacrifice something. Money, I don't know, time, life. That's what it's called. That's it. Allies. Whoever is with me is a hero. Whoever is not, well, too bad. They'll get the sword. That's the most important thing. The sword is for enemies, not for friends. It's a fateful decision. That's it. I only look forward, not a step back. I take every chance. No restrictions. I'll remove all obstacles, even go abroad if needed. Travel somewhere, cross some borders. There are no borders. Wow, you have a new moon for something new. Are you ready for victory, for harmony, for working things through? For the Eight of Pentacles, it's only about more income, more resources. I'll polish everything I have, refine my skills, improve my opportunities. Well, that's professional growth, mostly about the Eight of Pentacles. Or my money will grow, only grow. If I need to study, I'll do it. Only victory, only first prize. I'm not willing to take a secondary role, not with my husband, and not with partners either. I won't settle for a supporting role. Professional growth, growth in business, growth in income, only growth. Wow, you guys are really something. Well, you really are ready to invest. I want this cup of happiness. I want everything you have here. Look, I'm taking it. I'm grabbing this chance, the pentacle. I'm taking this cup. I've calculated everything. Girls, just don't get disappointed, God forbid. It's impossible to calculate everything in this world, but it feels like you've already figured out all the passions and troubles. Like I have this emergency backpack with me. I know that if something bad happens to me, no one will stab me in the back anymore. That I've already calculated everything. I've thought through all the worst possible outcomes. That's kind of how it sounds, right? That I'll lose everything. That no matter how much I care, nothing will work out. That everything will fall apart. I've thought it through. Even if everything collapses, I'm ready for destruction. I'm ready, you know? Like when people retreat and they sink ships, burn houses. That way, no one gets anything. I've thought it all through, you know? Even if I lose everything, I've already calculated everything. That somehow you're preparing for something. Or I'll make new rules and then build something new from scratch. Then that's it. Victory will be mine. Victory will be mine. Victory. They will recognize me.
Или признают, или гори все синим пламенем называют.
What's going on with your week? Is it even a week? What is this? So, what will the last day of the week be like for you? To be continued. Well, my heart, my soul is rejoicing, my soul. My soul sees the path. My soul sees the flight. My soul sees the one I need. My soul sees the cranes. My soul hears the bells, the ringing of spiritual bells in my soul. You know, it's like my heart is beating, knock, knock, I'll do everything. I see which path I will take, even if it will be hard or painful for my physical body, or for my finances, I don't know. Maybe the flight. Well, I went really deep into the spiritual. But, for example, there could be a flight here. I know that here are the tickets. I'm already packing my suitcases. I'll get through it. It's not a big deal. I'll get up, even if it's bad for my health. I'll get up on the plane, walk to the back of the plane. I'll do something, take medicine. Well, I'll get through this journey. My soul is longing to go there. I'm ready to do it, even if it somehow harms my physical body. So either it will harm my body or it will affect my finances. But for the sake of my soul, for those who were in my nest, yes, for my helpers, for the sake of helping someone, when the soul strives and it doesn't care about the body, I see, here is my path, the path of destiny. That's where I see myself going. Well, for someone, it might be just a simple trip, maybe a flight, some kind of agreement.
Ам,
But here, we are ready to take up the cross and carry it and go. Even if it's heavy, we even like it. We enjoy it. Well, even though it's hard. People fly somewhere. It's really hard. They spend a lot of money on it. Or they buy something, move somewhere, send their children somewhere to study, go somewhere to visit their parents. Yes, well, I grew up in this nest. It's far to fly to my mom, but I will go. Maybe something else is going on with the children and parents. You will inspire someone to take this fortress. Yes, like making agreements. Let's take this fortress. I'll support you with money, with inspiration. Well, and you support yourself too. You go somewhere, the bells are ringing, your heart is pounding. Well, sincere feelings, sincere feelings. I truly know I'll open up new paths ahead. That's it, just like that. I will develop something. I will work through something. The whole world will open up for me. Well, for my soul, I'll open myself to what matters to my soul. That's it, girls. What an interesting week. By the way, you should write later when something happens here for you. I'll read what you write. Usually, I only check the new readings for 2 or 3 days. But here, in a week for sure, I'll come back and read your feedback. Because, well, maybe it's just something ordinary, like a flight, a trip, or a journey. But still, it always excites you. That's it. Yes. For example, something related to children, or maybe with mom, going back home, or doing something for my own place, maybe doing something for my own body, or for my loved ones. I don't know. It's kind of like that. I don't know, like the wives of the Decembrists or something. I'll do it, maybe just for myself, for my own soul. Finally make my soul happy, enough of doing things for others. Well, it's like something is really opening up, like new paths are opening somewhere. The Ten of Pentacles brings some kind of joy, wish fulfillment in some kind of community. A community where, well, maybe I feel great in this community. It's a community of loved ones. Or it's a great place to work. Or the community recognizes me as someone who fulfills wishes. Yes, for example, here I might find fulfillment as a professional. Or maybe it's a community of my children, who are already adults. We don't live as one family, but our souls are always close. This community lives in my homeland. Wives, I don't know. Yes, something like that. Wish fulfillment, a rainbow. Yes, like some kind of community. So that's the story. Thank you for being with me today. Please like and leave comments. It's easy for you, and I, as the creator of this channel, would really appreciate it. Thank you for your support.